Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play FREEDIVER Triton Down VR, a game on the Steam store for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. I don't know if this game works on the Valve Index, but I assume that it would. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. This game was released on May 30th, 2019 by developer Archaect. This game is actually on the Unreal Engine, which was surprising for me because not only did this game look gorgeous, which is not unusual for Unreal Engine VR games, but it ran smoothly and I didn't have any major issues, so kudos to the developer. And yeah, this is the Unreal Engine in VR done right. The game retails for $8.99 normally. Right now it's on sale, 35% off, $5.84. I bought at the sale price and I think it's a great deal at that sale price. Keep in mind, however, I finished the game in 50 minutes, so there is not a lot of content. However, there is very high production values and the gameplay is fun and innovative, so that's why I highly recommend it. I think it's a really good game, but yeah, I kind of wish it was a little longer. 50 minutes is kind of short. And some of the gameplay does start to get a little repetitive, but there is a change up at the end that keeps it interesting. Clearly, this game, the star of this game is the locomotion. Basically, you're swimming underwater. And you actually do these swimming motions to navigate around. And it's a little awkward at first, but once you get it down, and there is a tutorial at the start to help you get used to the swimming. Once you get used to the swimming, you'll be swimming underwater like a seal, like a dolphin. It'll be like nothing for you, and it's very fun, and it's a very immersive way to navigate around underwater. Now you can run out of oxygen, so you have to find oxygen tanks or air pockets out in the environment so you don't die. There's also other environmental dangers to be aware of, and a lot of this game is just exploration and also with some object hunting. You'll need to find the correct objects in order to proceed for a large portion of this game, whether it's a key card, whether it's finding the right tool to use or finding the right lever to pull. But again, the main star is the swimming, is the locomotion, is the exploration, and that's done really well in this game. I had a lot of fun playing this game. It's very immersive, it's very beautiful. I kind of wish I could just explore on my own. However, I will say that near the end of the game, I was starting to get tired. My arms were starting to burn just a little bit. Not too bad, but yeah, just a little bit towards the end. There are some sections that you do have to swim quite the distance, so keep in mind you're making that swimming motion. And in order to swim fast, you kind of have to do it really, really good. And with a little practice, you'll get used to it, but it can be exhausting, especially for those of us who are not the youngest. All in all, though, I had a ton of fun and I highly recommend this game. But like I said, there are some issues. One, obviously already mentioned, is the limited content. The other thing is there is quite a bit of clipping throughout the game. I clipped through several objects during the game. Now, I didn't clip through everything, so you don't clip through every object in the game, but there were quite a number of obstacles, objects that you do clip through that kind of does take away from the immersion just a little bit. But hey, for right now, you can ignore it as best you can. Now, the other thing is, as far as the object finding, it's not that difficult because they do have like this little highlight to these items that you need or the lever that you need to pull. So you're not going to spend hours swimming around aimlessly because these highlighted objects are pretty easy to see. So there is not much difficulty in this game. I didn't really have that much difficulty. I think maybe I died 2 times during my gameplay, and that was just being careless. Really, if you're just a careful person, there's no reason to die. I think when I started this game, I was just very reckless, and I just went on swimming. I guess I had the idea in my mind that if I just went up for on the air pocket, just went up for like a half a second, that I'd be fine, and that my oxygen would go to 100%. That's not what happens. You actually have to stay in the air pocket until your watch reaches 100% before you should go back down. So I was just kind of being reckless, trying to go through the content a little too fast. So I think I died twice early on, but towards the end I didn't die at all. Well, I think I might have died a third time with the fire at the end. And yeah, there's environmental hazards, including a fire, that you have to avoid, have to figure out how to get around. And at the very end of the game, there's a little change up to the gameplay. There is a climbing mechanic, and that's probably the weakest part of the game, is the climbing mechanic. Quite frankly, there's just better climbing mechanics in other games. Other games do climbing a lot better than this one. If there's one thing this game can improve, is just making the climbing a lot better overall. But it wasn't too bad. Now, this game does have several cinematic cutscenes throughout, and they're done pretty well. I had no complaints, although for one section, suddenly there was like black bars at the top at the bottom, which is kind of weird, kind of off-putting, because the rest of the cinematic scenes did not have this. So that was a little weird. The game also ends a little abruptly. I mean, you kind of know it's about to be the end because you escape. But still, it ends kind of quick, and you're just kind of thrown right back to the start, which I thought was a little weird. But if I have to rate this game right now, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. This is, in my opinion, at the sale price, a must-buy. This is a great experience for VR. This is something that you want to share with friends and family. This is something that's easy to get into, and I highly recommend it. I'm Fast Lawyer. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.